think we had tried to focus a little bit more on consistency throughout the game and being a little bit more effective in front of goal. So I think those were two good things to see out of it. And like you mentioned, it's always good to start conference off on a good foot. I think the other element of it was to kind of wrap up the last of our really big travel that we have throughout the course of the season. So, there's definitely elements that we gained from that, from experiencing that over the first, 3 or 4 weeks of the season. So, so I think good things to take away from that. And I think the players are probably very excited to have a game on the home field, to get back here and get to play again. So, I'd say we're excited to get back out under the lights on Friday.
Evelyn, this is going back a couple weeks, but you had a pretty good game against Dominguez. You scored 4 goals. Can you just talk a little bit about that? That was one of your first games for CMU. So just talk about how it felt to have that big of a showing in one of your first games in Grand Junction.
It was kind of wild for me. I'm not going to lie, it's the first. I've never done something like that or performed like that. But, I have the rest of the season. The team has the rest of the season to perform, and I'm excited for it. But it was a little bit of a shock to my system that had happened. So.
You just tell everybody you do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Addie, we got the conference home opener coming up. Just talk about how you're looking forward to playing in front of the home crowd, and then also maybe just what your guys' expectations and goals are for the conference season.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think to answer the first question, I think we're just excited, like Megan was saying, to be back home and near friends and family. And the turnout on the Friday game was really awesome. So we're really excited to see people that come to the university come to our games, and family as well. And then the latter question, discussing
Goals.
there it is.
Yeah.
Goals. I was like, I knew there was another question. Goals. I think the biggest thing was just taking what we apply or have in practice and applying it into the games, and just recognizing that everything we need is, I tell the girls, is within us. We have everything and we have all the pieces. Just got to learn to put it together and do it in 90 minutes, hopefully. So.
And Coach, can you just talk a little bit about the 2 opponents coming up this week, Pueblo and Colorado Springs?
Yeah, well, as we know about this conference, there's no easy games, and every game is a challenge. So our games home this weekend will be a big challenge for us. We're going to play two really good teams. Two that I think are both kind of going to present different challenges to us in how the game's going to go and possibly the style of play, but. Everyone in this conference is good and everyone's competitive, and so they'll both be really challenging games for us.
Anyone else?
See, with a player like Lila that you've got, and now that you're in conference, everybody knows about her, everybody is going to try to mark her. How big is it for everybody else to have the confidence to go out and have a 4-goal game and knowing you can do that, and then it kind of opens everything up? Is that a concentrated effort to try to open her up a little bit with other people? Anybody?
Yeah. Well, I can say certainly Lila is going to attract attention. She already has, even when we're on the road. So that, really, that's the great part about having really great players all over the field, is that, when they are focused on one area, that there's other space open and players can take advantage of that space. So I think that's one of the pieces that you saw last Sunday. Obviously, both of these individuals were able to score, so I think that helps that they can play off of that. I think also Lila has the ability to score through double teams at times. So I think there's benefits on both sides. But yeah, I think it's really more so about the mentality that these guys have, that they want the ball. Give me the ball, let me take people on, let me go at people. So it's kind of the mentality across the board around goal, is that we want to go at people. So I think obviously a lot of people will benefit when there's open space on the field. So it's, a benefit for our team.
Girls, is that kind of the way you look at it? It's the more people we can flood, the more people are going to have a chance to score.
Absolutely, and I agree with that. I think that it's almost to our advantage that they're looking in that direction because there's 10 other people on the field. So you stick as many people you want on that play. You put all those defenders over there, and we'll go on the other side of the field and we'll score that way, And I think that's just that. There's some humor to it also, but it'll be interesting. It'll be exciting. So.
Well, she's going to look
And
to get you guys the ball.
absolutely.
Too. She's
Yeah.
got a few assists now, and
Absolutely.
and I think she's realizing I got to get the ball out of here, and somebody else is going to score. And
Great opportunities.
is it kind of fun though to see? It's like when they're 3 years old and everybody runs the ball, they're all running to her, and it's like, hey.
That's a great analogy.
It's a magnet ball.
That's a good analogy.
It's like pee-wee soccer.
Yeah.
And, have you ever played with? Being somebody who can score goals, and then playing with somebody else of that caliber, kind of nice 1-2 punch you guys have going.
I've been in the same position Lila's been before, and so it's nice to have somebody who can do just as much damage, and the whole team wants to score. Forwards want to score. That's all we want. And so
That's true.
I mean, we're like goal after goal after goal, and you can't win a game if you don't score. So we all have that drive for it, and I think I enjoy that a lot.
Kind of flipping things to the defensive side. Against Black Hill State, only allowing 4 shots. How has that also kind of just helped, lead to, getting the win, pushing things downfield your way, getting things to go your way?
Yeah, I think that's another focus of ours is to be a lot cleaner in front of our own goal based off some of the earlier games this season. So I think that's a huge piece for us to continue to grow in that area. But I think it really, for us, it really does start at the very top of the field. It starts with how we defend really, really early on, high up the field. Those are areas that we want to get pressure on the ball. We want to regain possession as high up the field as we can. So, so I think that's a part of it is getting better almost in every part of the field helps us. But I think that's a major focus of ours is to be a lot cleaner and have a lot better attitude defensively in front of our own goal.
It looks like there's been a lot of games. Chloe will have a few saves, but then there's some you get a shutout. She doesn't have any saves because she hasn't had to face
It's a good game.
shots, and I think it's a testament to the kind of defense you guys are playing. It's just like we're gonna get to the ball before it gets to the goal. Is that kind of the mindset back there?
I would agree with that, and I think also in the same way that scoring a goal is as energizing as to the team as blocking a shot. And I think that this year we're really trying to hone in on that aspect that big moments need to be celebrated, and when you celebrate them you want to continue to do big things. And so I don't know, I tip my cap to the back line just because they work really hard and they do a great job. So
back months and months ago, you guys said goals. Obviously, this is the part of the calendar where things ramp up for your guys' goals and what you guys want to accomplish this season. Can you talk a little bit about the pressure that comes now with playing these RMAC games?
I'm excited. I enjoy it. I enjoy the pressure. I enjoy the expectation that people have for us. Because we can prove that expectation, or if they have a lack thereof, we get to prove them wrong. And so I get excited for it.
I would say for me that we expect every time we step on the field to win the game. So for us, we want to have, I think, the best game that we can play on Friday, and then after that, we want a complete weekend. So those are our expectations that we have for ourselves, and that would be whoever was on the field against us. Just happens to be we're in the RMAC part of our season now. So I would say that's a consistent expectation that we always have.
I would agree.
Anything else? All right, question of the week.
Okay.
If you guys could only wear one type of sneaker for the rest of your lives, what would it be?
Nike.
You can't say
Oh.
words.
Yep.
Nike Dunks.
Nikes for both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll go with that.
Go ahead.
Yeah.